Toronto in order to pick up some kind of a rare car, which is this one, a Lexus GX 460 2010. So far, it reminds me of my old Toyota Sequoia 2005. Which I used to own maybe about 5 years ago. So I think it's the same engine, V8, 4.7. I'm gonna check, I think so. Because it feels the same. It's like, it's not that powerful. The car is too heavy. And it drinks gas, well, a lot. However, this one is so luxurious. You have heated and cooled seats. You have car detection in front of you with the radar. Like when you set the car with the cruise control on, it can accelerate and decelerate based on the car in front of you. It has lane detection, but it doesn't guide the car. It just rings a bell whenever you're too close on either lane. Otherwise, it's silence in here. Don't feel too much noise, but the exhaust is leaking a little bit. But other than that, it's a comfortable ride. What else can I say? You have the air suspensions, which I tried to lower. I think that the car is already at its lowest. I wanted more, but it's not that cool. What else? I'm gonna just fast forward. There is something I just noticed. This Lexus had his airbag suspension deleted, replaced with usual coil suspensions. That's why the height level switch was not actually working. Actually, so sad. Now back to the past. I don't care what you say. When you make a trip with a car with a couple of hundred miles or kilometers, you really start to understand the car. And I took this Lexus first being like, don't like it that much, but now I'm starting to love it. I'm starting to feel the vibe of this car. Also, the fuel consumption, I filled it up at the start of the trip, and it was telling me that it was gauging how much range I had, and based on my GPS calculations, I was going to have to stop to fill it up again. But so far, I am 100 kilometer. I've won 100 kilometer actually, and I don't even have to stop to fill. Like I have 100 more kilometers than what I was supposed to be at the end of the trip. So I don't know where they came from, but it seems like it's more economical than it thinks it is. And I'm really starting to fall in love with this car. I don't know. Is it with every car? Is it like whenever you drive any car for a long distance, do you fall in love with it because you made the trip? Or is it a certain specific type of cars like this one? Time will tell. Actually no, I just remembered I did the same exact trip with an Audi Q5 2016, which I made it beautifully, no problems, but I did not like the car at all. So no, this is a good car and a special car for sure. So update, I have 67 kilometers left to go, and my calculated range available on the Lexus is 200 kilometers. So it's so crazy. This car is actually economical. I started the trip, I almost filled up the tank, and I had 432 kilometers to go. calculated on the trip computer. Now my GPS was telling me around 460 kilometers to get to my destination. So I knew I had to fill up at some point to make up for the difference. But now I have 67 kilometers left and I have to go to my destination, and I have 200 kilometers of range left in this car. That's amazing. I was not expecting that at all. Now I see an eco mode that turns on whenever I'm gentle with the gas pedal. I don't know if this car is equipped with, there is some V8s which turn off 4 cylinders when you're cruising on the highway. I believe this one might have this feature because it's crazy how I'm saving gas at the moment. The GPS thinks I'm over water. I'm reaching land again. So although there is GPS navigation integrated within the car, obviously it's not up to date, so you better use your phone. I finally made it, and here's the car in question. I had a very good trip. The AC was working. The only surprising thing was that this plastic thing that's supposed to cover the windshield flew off. I had no clue why, but it just flew on the way on the highway. Other than that, I had a good experience. So much so I want one now, but I think I'm gonna look for one 2015, 2016. That's it. Now, I find surprising that they got rid of. They're not using the same glass as the Forerunner, which can go down within the door. They resorted to the usual opening window, which is kind of a little bit sad. Other than that, you have, like I said earlier, cooling seat, which is very nice. The stereo things, the radio functions, buttons you can hide them. That's kind of cool. You have. At first, it was kind of hard to get to the AC working because the switches are not used to them. But I found out that once you click to climate, everything becomes available and easy to use. You have your suspension control. I put the suspension height control, and I put the suspension to comfort. This one always comes all-wheel drive. You cannot put it two-wheel drive, so it's a rear 4x4. You have this. I don't know what it's used for. I didn't touch it. Cooling seats, heated seats, push start, and that's pretty much everything you need to know about this car. It's a 7-seater as well. There is 7 seats in this car.